one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. Just gotta mean something to you. They gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Cashing in, say, the way Liv did, well, that's like winning the lottery, isn't it? And I don't need to win the lottery because I work my ass off every week for a paycheck.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know what happens next. So without further ado, free smoke. Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa. Boss forever like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Yo, if this Dame Lillard situation don't show y'all, there's no such thing as loyalty in sports. I don't know what will, but yo, welcome back to Kicking It with Saint, bro. How are we doing today? Wait a minute, let me start over, bro. Let me stop saying, bro. How are we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? Men, women. He, she's, him, hers, they, that's, and all that other stuff in between. Bro, what's up, man? How we? Or what's up, woman? I don't. Let's just get past the intro, bro. How's everybody doing today, bro? How dope was the day? Listen, I just want to say something real fast. I was watching looking at the home run derby a couple nights ago, right? And I completely forgot about this when I was doing the show for the home run derby. I think Pete Alonso had hit somebody with a ball last year. Well, he didn't do it on purpose. He hitting it, and they got the kids in the outfield. Somebody got hit with a baseball this year also. I don't remember who the person who hit him was, though. But somebody on Twitter, like, they went crazy. They was like, this person should go apologize and ask about him and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, you think he meant to hit this dude? Are you serious right now? It just completely, it's just another one of them situations and times where I realize how absolutely ridiculous people are. And that some people was raised by clowns. It just is what it is. But listen, here today to talk about Dame Lillard and some of the drama going on in the NBA, bro. Not really drama, bro. I don't even know why I use that word, but listen. Sending up a Hail Mary that the Phillies trade for Cody Bellinger, my guy Belly, or Paul Goldschmidt. Sending up them Hail Marys. Or Marcus Stroman and Kyle Hendricks. I would like one of those two to shore up the lineup. But the baseball talk has subsided. It's time to talk about basketball. So, as we know, Damian Lillard requested a trade. Lillard requested a trade to the Miami Heat, basically. Now, listen, I said I wasn't going to talk about this until he actually requested the trade. He done requested the trade. And I done gave it like 2 weeks to simmer a little bit. And I'm hearing, you know, it's just so weird how the media find ways to talk about things. And once again, to create the heroes, create villains. I just think the media is absolutely ridiculous. So right now, when it comes to Damian Lillard, the media basically, they got, I mean, all the narratives that I'm hearing is basically narratives that turn Dame into a villain. And I'm hearing so many people try to say, like, you know, why would he do this to the Blazers? Bro, the Blazers done had years to put a team around this man. I think it's crazy how people forget that. You already got Blazer fans that's mad at Dame. Where is his anger for the owners who've been reaping in all the money that you get mad the players make? They make 10 times that. I don't hear you complaining about that. And they continue to put a product on the floor. Your team has a generational player or a phenomenal player who you feel like can be a championship level player, but your team don't put, your owner, your GM won't put the players around them. But you mad at the player when they finally get tired of it. Dame done been the guy who always done made it very clear he wanted to retire a Portland Trailblazer. He never went to a different. I think Dame should have left Portland 2-3 years ago. That's just me. I knew Portland was never winning a championship, and now people want to make it. I saw somebody on First Take talk about some, you know, Dame knows that Portland doesn't get what do you call it? Free agent. So get fair compensation. Let him get fair. Bro, what, that don't got nothing to do with Dame, bro. Y'all keep doing this thing where y'all try to put things that shouldn't be on the player, but then don't hold the front offices or the owners responsible for things that should be on them. It's real weird how that works in the media, and it's usually a white man making these type of assertions. But nonetheless, I think it's wild that people out there could be, listen, bro, I don't even like that y'all use the word loyalty in sports. I think the word loyalty in sports should never go, professional sports at least, should never be mixed. I don't think those two things go together. I don't believe it is a such thing as loyalty in sports, except in some situations. The Spurs were very loyal to Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan was very loyal to them. Yes, that is an example of true loyalty in sports. But for the most part, loyalty is a one-sided track. And that's exactly how fans use it also. You don't talk about the loyalty in sports when the Baltimore Ravens chose not to pay Lamar Jackson when he was carrying them all them years, and he had to wait to be paid and had to go through all he had to go through to finally get his contract and pay proper compensation. I didn't hear nobody talking about loyalty then, because if the Ravens were loyal to Lamar, they would have compensated him then. So they never had got to this point. I don't hear people talking about loyalty in sports when players sign for a long-term contract. They have a bad year and their team get rid of them. I don't hear people talking about loyalty then. But then when it's time for a player to become a free agent and go make his own decision, then we want to start throwing loyalty around. Then when it's time for a player who's been sitting in a situation for more than 12 years to finally decide, yo, it's now or never for me to go make a decision on winning a championship, now we want to bring up loyalty. This is why I say the worst thing that an athlete can do is listen and not listen. The worst thing an athlete can do is care about what the hell a fan has to say, think, or an opinion of a fan. Because fans don't matter. The only thing fans matter about is the bottom dollar when it comes to sales and showing up to fill seats. That's it. And you need to hear them throughout a game because it helped the game. That's it. What they care, their morals and their values and all that shit don't matter. Because they are hypocrites. They done shown that on far too many occasions. They'll talk crazy about teams who spend a lot of money to win championships, but then when they team do it, it's no problem. You can't listen to them. All these people who hated Durant when he went to the Warriors love him as soon as he landed in their own team. So you can't listen to fans. They're hypocrites. They love you today. They love you or hate you tomorrow. They're fair weather. You can't pay them any type of attention. The only way they start to like you on most occasions is if you play good or do something good for their team. So, screw the fans. Could care less about what fans feel about Dame Lillard. And an athlete should understand that also. Like, we could care less about what Dame Lillard thinks. I mean, about what fans think. If Dame didn't care what fans think, I think he would have been a champion sooner. Because I think he would have been out of Portland sooner. Carmelo, when he was down to his last straw, didn't want to be in, on his last leg, didn't want to be in Portland. You think a dude in his prime gonna want to just choose to go there? Like, come on, bro. And this is the thing that's so funny to me about Portland. Portland, I mean, you look at a team like the team that I can think of that was the best as far as like a double trade that did great for both teams would be the Pelicans Lakers. The Pelicans, a team that nobody goes to and signs in free agency, traded away Anthony Davis, a generational talent. I don't think AD or Dame are generational talents. I just know it's people out there calling them that. I just think they're very great players who you could win a championship with. Now, the Pelicans got a lot in return. Lonzo, Hart, but they got a superstar, in my opinion. Not a superstar, they got a star in Brandon Ingram, an all-star in Brandon Ingram, who could potentially become a superstar. The Pelicans made a trade to get a star, potential superstar to them to sign him long-term so he don't leave the building. To match with Zion, a guy they drafted. Why can Portland not do the same thing? Like, y'all keep letting teams off the hook, finding every excuse for why a team can fail, but you don't give players the same leeway. And that don't even make sense to me. I keep saying it, like, everybody talk about down with the machine, but the more and more I live, I'm understanding y'all are perfectly fine with the machine as long as it does not disrupt you. Point blank, period. I even know people who cool with the machine fucking them up as long as it's fucking up somebody they don't like more, or somebody they feel or think don't deserve something. It's crazy how this thing, karma's supposed to happen, not be talked about. But you got so many people always walking around talking, I can't wait till karma hit. They're like, what are you talking about right now, bro? It's wild. But when it comes to this Dame Lillard situation, man, I just feel like you got to stop listening too much to the media. The things that they are talking about, like listening to Perkins and whoever else the widows had. The woman who they had on the show, I can't remember her name. I actually like her. Usually when I'm listening to her talk about things, she has such well-educated, thought-out. I can tell she is legitimately a sports fan and you can tell she a journalist and all that good shit. But you can tell she a sports fan. She can look at it from a objective point of view, from a non-biased point of view, and just talk about it the way it should be talked about. Unlike Perkins, who only mad that Dame's list is short because he want him to go to the Celtics. Since when is it? And I don't even understand how people could be mad about Dame having a short list. Bro, this dude want to win a championship. He shouldn't have a long list of teams. Because all those teams that y'all naming that could win a championship, Dame don't think that he is the addition that give a championship to them. Or maybe he don't want to play with certain players on that team. Since when do y'all get to dictate what he should and shouldn't want? I say it all the time, bro. The reason I don't bother with this Dame shit is because I don't think Dame care too much about winning the championship as much as he care about what people got to say. So I don't care. I don't talk about it as much. Now he's starting to show me he care about winning a title more. That's what's starting to mean more to him. Bro, why would I get on here and get mad because he don't want to feel the way I think he should feel? That's crazy. That's crazy. So, the media is a bunch of weirdos, bro. Just a bunch of weirdos. And people keep crying and bitching about ESPN laying off all these people. I see why ESPN keep laying off all these people. Because they not turning a profit, bro. They not doubling the profit or none of that with these bozos that they continue to hire, bro. Y'all keep whining and bitching about Max Kellerman being fired. I don't like people getting fired. Would never say that. But Max Kellerman good. Should have happened probably a while ago. Max Kellerman is not good at his job, bro. He just talk a lot and say a lot of big words. And because y'all have a bias towards people, and a lot of y'all is LeBron cocksuckers, and Max happened to be one also, y'all like him. Y'all don't like people because they good at their job. Y'all don't hate people because they bad at their job. Y'all hate and dislike people based off of things that have nothing to fucking do with their jobs. That's why I don't come on here and murk Malika Andrews. All y'all problems with Malika Andrews don't have nothing to do with her actually being good at her job. Now, I understand there's times when people do and say things that have nothing pertaining to the job that you just can't let go. But y'all done got so lost in the trees, in the forest, that you can't see the houses from where you standing. Or the purpose. You've lost the sight. You've lost context. You've lost what was supposed to be. Is she good at her job? If she done become so, and to me, I understand somebody becoming so toxic in other areas where it don't matter if they good or bad at their job. You can't pay it no attention no more. But that's not how this thing been working lately. It take one time for y'all not to like somebody, and then you could care less if they good at their job or not. But to be honest, y'all never cared if she was good or bad at her job because y'all thought she looked good. Let's just be a band. But you know, that's just my opinions on things. It's just my opinion. But when it comes to this Dame Lillard as to how do I feel about his short list, I agree he should have a short list. He should be very decisive. Now, I'm be honest with you. I don't think that him going to Brooklyn would make them a championship team. I would be very confused by that move. But and this is another thing. I heard people was like, well, and analysts and the insiders say he would go to Brooklyn because of his relationship with Bridges, Mikal Bridges. Here's my confusion. Mikal Bridges can't just go to Portland. Like, that's what don't make sense to me. Like, Mikal Bridges, if he don't even want to make a trip to Portland, Mikal is a good player. He ain't no star. He don't want to go to play in Portland. Like, come on, bro. You got players like that not wanting to play in Portland. Dame should have been known nobody was coming to Portland. They basically begged Melo to come to Portland for like 4 years. Like, listen. LeBron had to leave Cleveland in order to become a champion. Now, maybe Dame come back to Portland one day. I don't think he should because I still don't. Now, listen. If, let's say the young dudes that you got right now become stars. They become studs. And all you needing is a veteran like a Dame Lillard in the future that's a champion possibly if he leave here, become a champion. Then bring him back one day. But I got no problem with him having a short list. Miami is an interesting one because I do believe they would be championship contenders with Dame Lillard. And I know it's easy for people to say, well, they just got to the finals without a Dame Lillard and they got to the finals in the bubble without a Dame Lillard, so they definitely would get there with Dame Lillard. But to that, I would say the bubble was a different time and completely different type of situation. And while they did get to the finals last year with the team they had, that was last year. The Bucks was not healthy. Giannis was not healthy last year. It's hard for me. See, the only thing that I can really agree on Kendrick Perkins on 100% is, to me, the East still run through Milwaukee, bro. I still very much believe that Giannis is the best player in the East. While I understand Giannis got a limited offensive game in certain situations throughout the game, I still believe he's the best player not in the league, but in the East. I still believe he's a top 5 player in the NBA. I still believe he's an offensive juggernaut and a defensive juggernaut. I still believe he got great players around him. Now, coaching will be interesting to see how they switch some of this offense up. Now, personally, people should be lucky. If Giannis get into the gym with Jokic or whoever the fuck training Jokic, and get some post moves. See, I think Giannis been worried about the wrong thing. Everybody keep telling Giannis he got to learn how to shoot. Giannis don't have to learn how to shoot. He can learn how to shoot good enough to be able to hit 1-3 a game. If Giannis get a legitimate back to the basket post game to go along with his athleticism and the stuff he already do, Giannis would be even more lethal than he already is. But the Milwaukee to me would still be the favorites. But Miami would be second. I would have them right behind Milwaukee, but I would have Milwaukee over them still because it's just hard for me to take. If you listen to the show, you know I love Jimmy Butler, but it's just hard for me to put anybody in the East over Milwaukee as long as they got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Plus, I don't feel like the Milwaukee Bucks is, and this is what's so weird, I don't feel like Milwaukee got the best roster. I don't feel like they're the best team. It's just Giannis make up the difference. Far and away makes up the difference because of how great he is. Do I think that Dame should have more teams on his list? Do I think he should be open to other teams on his list? No. Because, listen, bro, I'm not opposed to having an opinion on this situation. But I'm also just don't care to try to be like, man, I feel like Dame should want to go more places. No. The motherfucker didn't even want to leave Portland for the longest. I'm just happy he finally trying to get the fuck out of Portland and go to a winning organization that got a chance of being a championship team with him. So I don't care to force him to go where I want him. I just happy he finally want to go and try to chase a championship. That's what I'm happy about. To see a player his caliber finally going to chase one. Now, my whole problem with this entire situation is proof that loyalty gets you nowhere in sports. Dame done been as loyal to a team as you could possibly be throughout what he done dealt with as far as like not having a legitimate chance of winning the championship with the team they done put around him, regardless of how ESPN and all these other networks boost up the talent that they done had on that team. Dame Lillard haven't had a team talented enough to win a championship, in my opinion, when you look at the teams that's won the championships since he done been in Portland. On top of that, I don't like how some of these reports done came out. Oh, we willing to hold on to Dame for a loan for months and this and that. Like, look how ignorant Portland is becoming now. And look how easy it is for fans and the media to find any way to say that Dame Lillard is wrong in this situation. Further proof, like I said before, it didn't matter if Dame had left today, yesterday, or 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They was always going to turn their backs on him regardless because that's how the media, the fans, and sports go. Soon as you can do nothing for them anymore and they look at you as an enemy, they start to hate you and say a bunch of wild shit. They did it to Kevin Durant. They're going to do it to you. You are not special. That's what I wanted this Dame to realize from the rip. If you really wanted a championship, you was always going to have to take this route. And this was always going to happen, no matter how good you was to the city, no matter how loyal, no matter how much you gave to them, no matter how many injuries you played through, no matter how many ailments you played through. This was always going to be the result because fans ain't shit. And neither is the media. Because the media could easily go on TV every single chance they get and tell you how loyal Dame done been to the city, how loyal Dame done been, how the city and how the organization done failed him, how the organization let him down, how he didn't demand a trade when they got rid of CJ McCollum. He stayed there. But they don't do that. They decide to go other routes for ratings, which is funny because they still don't get the ratings they hunting for. So I'm confused as to why not just make that switch into becoming a good network rather than continuously finding ways to try to steal ratings by doing saying and doing a bunch of stupid shit. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous to me, bro. You don't have to fire so many people if you do better. Now, somebody gonna be like, well, the economy is the way it is. Well, if they was turning a profit, they wouldn't have to be firing all these people. The fact of the matter is they don't get the views that they're supposed to get or that they expect to get. You keep hiring all these old hags as if that's what the young audience trying to see nowadays. It's a bunch of old men yelling at air, talking about the stuff they thought about back in the day, how they perceived things back in the way it was when I was growing up. We don't care. Most of y'all only defend organizations. We don't care. Y'all are the toxic problem. Y'all are the problem with sports media. Old white men still getting these prominent positions on sports talk shows. Hell, and it be old black dudes at times too. Cause I done heard, listen, I like Michael Wilbon. He done still has some old man type takes too. So, you know, it's just, I just think, you know, Dame should have, loyalty in sports don't match. That's the moral of this video, bro. It was no amount of loyalty Dame could have given to Portland and that team that would have ever not had them treat him the way they treating him right now. It just is what it is. And I keep hearing people say, well, Portland don't owe Dame anything, but Dame owed Portland something all these years, is what y'all was talking like. I mean, just pay attention to it. It's so very clear, and fans will never acknowledge it because they are what they are. They don't want to come out and say they are this way, but I don't need them to. We got physical video evidence that they are this way. What more could Dame have given to this city? Now, fans are being selfish. Fans just don't want to see Damian Lillard be successful. Fans would rather see Damian Lillard lose with them and be in the lottery than to go off and win elsewhere. Further proof that they don't love these athletes. They love what these athletes do for them. Because if you truly love Dame, you would want him to go off and be great elsewhere and have a chance. You would accept this situation is not good for us. He is not going to win here. Let this man go. We will not be good in the next decade, possibly. Let this man go be successful elsewhere. So our guy, who we drafted, who was with here, who been rocking with us from the start, doing everything he could to win a title with us, let's go root for him to go win it elsewhere so we can remember him as a champion forever, even if he didn't win one here. But that's not how y'all are. See, I talk a lot of trash about LeBron fans. See, LeBron fans thought I was never going to throw them a bone. But look at how they support LeBron. They could care less if he played for Seattle, Oklahoma City. Bring Seattle back. Keep OKC. It don't matter. He could have played for either one of them. They could go send him over there to Sacramento. You're going to have a whole bunch of fans coming over with him because they following LeBron wherever he go. They loyal to the soil with him. I done seen them defend LeBron over some of the most ridiculous shit. Shout out to LeBron and his family, the Jameses, Bronny, Bryce, Savannah, his little Zuri. That's how you know LeBron that guy. You know his kids' names. You know you that guy. LeBron on another level. Beautiful picture they took of the ESPYs last night. I don't watch the ESPYs anymore, really, because it's just not that entertaining to me, that to be completely honest with you. But I just, listen, Dame, you're doing the right thing, my guy. You're doing the right thing. You can't pay attention to what these morons have to say. They are losers. Fans, the organization, and to the Blazers, good job. You're never going to get free agents, because for the NBA players to look at how a dude like Dame Lillard done passed up opportunities to go join super teams because he wanted to be loyal to you, for you to not, if you don't, for one, I believe he's going to get traded to Miami. But if you don't trade this man to Miami, you could be ready for nobody to come there. See, the Spurs knew they couldn't get free agents, and they done accepted that they will be fine without having to sign big-time free agents. They don't want to do that anyways. That's why they was willing to send Kawhi Leonard to Toronto, because they wasn't signing free agents anyway, so they didn't care if nobody signed. You don't get them, but you still want them. Send Dame Lillard somewhere he don't want to go. Send him to Boston. Send him to the Clippers, and see how that work out for you in the long run, my guy. With that being said, Dame, I hope you get to where you're trying to get to, my guy. Tell somebody you fuck with him. Tell somebody you love him. I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with him. Tell somebody you love him. Once again, I know I said that twice, but you can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, you know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber, you out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.